Good morning. My name is Faith Stubbs. I'm from a little small town in Pniel. The town is between Stellenbosch and Franschhoek. I am married. I've got 3 kids. Not kids, they are grown up already. Born, bred in this town, never been outside. If I said outside, abroad, etc. And then a little bit of myself, as I said, Pniel is a very small town. It used to be a mission station. So I'm very, very fond of my heritage. A little background about myself. In a work relationship, I have been working for plus minus 15 years in the tourism industry, knowing nothing about wine, etc. Because we weren't, in our culture, we weren't, educated in wine. But nevertheless, I started at a wine farm 10 minutes away here, Zorvliet, knowing nothing of wine. I started out in the curio shop, then I got a position in the tasting room. I couldn't even open a bottle of wine properly. I did a couple of courses from the introduction, from how to open a bottle of wine, from the soil to the bottle. And I climbed the ladder within the wine industry. When I went out of the wine industry, that was plus minus, I think almost 7-8 years, I just took a leap of faith, and with my knowledge that I got in the wine industry, I started my own company, and that is Faith for You, Tours and Wine, and it's intimate wine tours. I only do couples, 2 to 3 packs, and I tell my story. People come from all over the world, come to South Africa to experience the wine. But if you've got a story behind the whole wine tour, it's quite very interesting for them. It was very, very difficult because I had a salary. Now I have to do my own thing. I already did a course in tour guiding, so I'm a registered Western Cape tour guide as well. So started the company with my knowledge, where I come from. So when the guests get out of the car, they will be knowing everything, how I'm married, my children, the history, etc. So that's a totally niche market. I do hidden gems. And that is what people love from South Africa, that we tell our story. If a guest gets in my car, they will ask me, Faith, are you white, are you black? So you need also to talk about self-identity, a lot of other things. So wine is my core. I love wine. After 15 years, I have done not only the wine, I also did some education with the young people that the government gave a project that they can go into the wine industry. So I started with Tourism World, where I teach the young people between 18 and 35 how, if they go into the wine industry, from how to pick up a phone, how to greet people, and at the end of the day, how to taste the wine, and then the sommeliers academy come in. So I'm also a part of the youth that is growing up now. So if I take my guests to a wine farm, then I feel very proud that these youngsters were part of me. I told them, this is where I started. I started at the very bottom, and I ended being the wine tasting manager, being the accommodation, you name it. I did everything, even in the vineyards. And that is what you can achieve if you really love the tourism, the wine industry. So that is up till now. I'm still doing the intimate wine tours, and very, very tough over COVID, but that's in the past. So what I also do is heritage walks and talks, because I live in this town. Pniel means face of God. If you like, look outside, we are surrounded with mountains, and it's really like a Jerusalem. So I'm very proud of where I come from. Our town is very rich about the slave history, the abolishment. Pniel was established in 1843 when slavery was abolished. So people do like that story. So I love to take my guests or even students from all over the world. They come because of our culture, of our history, about apartheid. So as I always say, this is my story, and every other person's story is totally different. So that is what I love. It's people, and then a little bit of on the other side. I'm very busy in the community. All my children, I was on the governing bodies from Pniel Primary, Calmore, Paul, Schools of Skills, and then I'm also very active in the sport. So Pniel's got this beautiful sports complex, Pniel Sports Complex. And then we've got like rugby, cricket, basketball, pigeons, petang bowls. That's not very common, but we've got this. It's like a France, originated in France. You play with balls. So we have all these sports. And then all these sports fall under the sport governing body, and then you get the municipality that gives the services and so on. So they also have a very nice history. I belong to the Dwas River Athletic Club. So they are started just doing 5Ks, 10Ks, 21Ks. At the moment, you get older, so you don't do a lot of sport in me. I do walk, but I was also very active in the athletic, being the secretary, and then from the secretary I moved over to the Pniel Sports governing body, being assistant secretary, and then in 2018 was also the municipality came in. You've got your AGM, so you must understand this is a men field. It's only women, and for a woman, it's like this is not your 30. You need to be on the netball. You can do that and that. But anyway, on this the AGM, nobody wanted to be the chairperson, and then I was elected as the chairperson of Pniel Sports Club. First lady in the position. That was 2018, and this year there was again AGM, because during COVID we couldn't have AGMs. Once again, the men said, no, we don't want this position, etc. And this year again, I was again elected as the chairperson or chair lady of the Pniel Sports Club, because I've got the passion for the athletics, for the rugby, for all sport. Pniel is very, very, you get rugby players that was Springboks. If you go to the museum, we've got a sports room, and I'm very proud, and I always tell the people, come just see coming out of a slavery history. When you as a slave came to Africa, to Cape Town, because most of the slaves were from Africa, from Northern Africa. If you come in January, for instance, your name will be January. So now you can think for yourself why there's a lot of colored people that surnames are January, February. That's all slave history that comes from you were bought and you were just an item, and the owner of the farm will say, okay, this is February, this is January. So all that history is in the museum. So people will come, and I think we are one of the few towns that actually have this history. Even in our mountains, we've got the Simonsenberg mountain on the left-hand side, Groot Drakensteen. There's all stories. There's a silver mine in the mountain. Also way back in the 1700s, where a Dutch guy started to mine, he never ever got silver or gold, but the shafts is physical in the mountain. What this chap do, he worked very hard. He took some gravel, some sand, took some Spanish coins, he mixed it, and he sent it to the Dutch government, telling them, "Hi guys, I'm busy, this is gold or silver, whatever." He got an allowance. When they came to investigate, it was just a money-making scheme. So since the 1700s, there was fraud and so on. So this is all the stories that we can tell the guest, our people. We really want to invest in our youth, because youth, they're not worried about history or whatever. We've got festivals in our town. On the 1st of December, we've got the abolishment of the slavery. We've got Museum Day. Even in the church, there's only one church, the Pniel Congregational Church. And most of the people do belong to the church, but there is also other denominations that belongs to the Baptist, Catholic Church, etc. There's only one church building in Pniel, so in Kalmo, our neighboring, Lankiedok, there is, and the story also of Pniel itself. Wine is prohibited. It's not that we don't drink wine, but you can't put off sales. You can't sell wine. So that's one of the rules of the church of a small town. So it's very difficult for me. I'm in the wine industry, and people say, "Why don't you drink wine?" I say, no. It's not that we don't drink wine, don't enjoy wine, but that is just the rule of the town. That liquor is a liquor store, for instance, you can't come and apply for a liquor license, etc. But if you go just nearby in Johannesdal, just 5 minutes away, there you may purchase a land and put a liquor store on the property. So I think this is my story of my beloved town, Pniel. If I say beloved town, we also have our own anthem, Coromdale. And I mean, I don't know if there's any other little towns that's got their own anthem. I'm not a solo or good singer, so I won't be able to sing you, but the words in this anthem, it's about where we come from our ancestors, and we just sing it in the church if somebody dies, if somebody gets married or so, just to be we are proud. So I'm very proud from where I come from and where I am today. So that's my story.